From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the New Orleans Saints. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw on second down. Webster flush to his right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Detroit! 47 Mike.
From the gun, Webster. And he connects with Ebron. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain of 39 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They run with Breida. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check it backer, check it backer. Who do you want?
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. To throw on 3rd down, Webster. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Eric Ebron, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Let's go! Red 38! Red 38!
Now a play fake here on first down. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll make it a second down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Come on, let's go! Red 38! Red 38!
They go play action here on first down. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Come on, let's go! White 90! White 90! Flex round! Flex round! Mike's 59! Mike's 59! All day! All day!
A second down throw for Brissett. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way, lost yardage.
No, for some reason, it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
On third down, Brissett. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. I got 11. Check.
Now it's Breida. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
This is Breida. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route, but he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Back to throw. Webster eluding the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield to try and hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
3-19.
To throw again. Webster. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath. Nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
The Broncos on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10.
Leopard. Hey. 4 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves him looking at a 4th down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And McManus able to put it through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Check.
A 2nd down throw for Brissett. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
Three down. Hey, come on, let's go. Red 38.
Brissett to throw on first. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Dayon Buchanan in there to sack him for a loss of 6. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Man open left side. It's Williams. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up.
Come on, let's go. Red
from the shotgun. It's Brissett. The open man is Smith. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go! Red 38! Red 38!
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Let's go! Red 38!
2nd down, Brissett. And his throw is incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
What? 90!
Hey, check 24, check 24. 49, check 49.
Ohio! Ohio!
From the gun, here's Brissett. And that's caught by Smith. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Here we go! Red 38! Red 38!
Switch!
Here's Brissett. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Josh Hill, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. Good bounce-back drive right there. Through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back. Tremendous poise. Confidence never lost. And obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there.
Throwing on 1st down. Webster. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Demario Davis in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Looking to throw. Webster. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Gun!
Operating from the gun. Webster trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And this return's going to go backwards about 8 yards, but the interception is good, and they have the football.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Red 38.
Brissett on 1st down. Now he'll escape to his left. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Let's go. Red 38. Red 38.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And Hill with it over the middle. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Hey, guys, check me out. Let's go. White 90.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Tight end's right. Come on, let's go. White 90. White 90. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Hut. Come on, D.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this.
Come on, let's go.
They'll try to throw now. Brissett drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Come on, let's go. What?
Out of the gun, Brissett. It's Hill, complete. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Let's go. White 90. White 90.
1st down, Brissett. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. In for the score. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. Now a hit and a loose football. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
How many times in the course of a game do you talk about momentum plays? And I think we just saw one there.
Absolutely.
Just scored, right?
Just took the lead.
Just took the lead, went downfield, got the ball free again, and picked it up. They got a chance to really get the momentum on their side now.
And now they'll try to pile on.
Here we go. What? 90. What?
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Let's go. What? 90.
Brissett now on 2nd down. He dumps it down to Ingram. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Try to pound it in. Kamara down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Man left. Hey. We got 3. Let's go. What? 9.
Brissett. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
4 down. Alert. Check 31.
No. Check. Patriot.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Here we go. What? 90.
Brissett sets to throw it. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Brissett throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at about the 14. Gets around him, and he loses the football a second time. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
It's been a struggle all game for them on offense. This was a chance to maybe provide a little bit of a spark with a punt return. Unfortunately, that spark got doused.
Yeah, and you call special teams the third phase, but you see here it can be the first phase sometimes.
That is so true, right? It can ignite it one way or the other, and boy, that didn't help them at all.
36.
A first down throw for Brissett. Throwing right, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Here we go. Brad 38.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara. That'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Switch.
On 2nd down, Brissett again. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
You got 4.
On 1st and 10, Webster. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately, the offense will cover this one up back at the 5-yard line.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Webster. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
6-man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Detroit! Detroit!
53 Mike. Check 53 Mike. I smell fear in that offense.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even give up a defensive touchdown.
So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Take it at the 37. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go! Brad 38!
Now Brissett. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Here we go! What? 90!
Throwing. Brissett. Smith catches left side. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Let's go! What? 90! What? 90!
To throw, Brissett. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Here we go! Brad 38! Brad 38!
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards, a good run there. Now 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at him with the same play, the same set. And
he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Josh Hill with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Now Sturgis on to add the extra point. Sturgis for the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And Denver getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
they had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw on 2nd down, Webster trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Sturgis adds the PAT, and the lead is up to 18 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Yeah, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
Hurry up, here we go.
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Single. Hurry up, here we go.
On first down, Webster finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
4 down. 47's the mic, boys. 47. Check. 47. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
From the gun, Webster is going to float this over the middle deep, and it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Detroit! 47 Mike.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Webster, hit as he throws there, incomplete. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way that's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
On 3rd down, Webster. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. Here's another failure right there on 3rd down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Let's go! What? 90! What? 90!
A 2nd down throw for Brissett. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Come on, let's go. What? 90. What?
On third down, Brissett. On the crossing route, complete. That's Thomas. A breakaway for Michael Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Sturgis for the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And Denver getting set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Throwing to start the drive. Webster escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out right at the 35. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Looking to throw on second down. Webster. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Four down. Alert.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Hey, check flight 47.
Throwing on first down. Webster is going to go for a big play downfield. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Tight end right.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
We got four.
Throwing again. Webster. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. On first and 10, Webster flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it back deep. And this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. That goes for a gain of 31. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Everyone's got four.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Now that was a terrific play. We're down here near the goal line, and only one word comes to mind for me, and that's overwhelmed, because they absolutely overwhelmed the offensive line. He came free and made the hit in the backfield.
No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. So can this New Orleans defense stand tall again? 3rd and goal. They'll toss it to Breida. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Flush to his right. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Saints will have the football back.
Come on, let's go. What? 90. What? 90.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it. They've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Here's Thomas Morstead now, standing just about on his own goal line. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. That's pulled in at the 32. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Gun! Hurry up, here we go.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Webster. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Webster, and the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Demario Davis in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. He's got it at the 15. And he will be marked down inside of New Orleans 10. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. From the gun, Webster. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Brissett from the gun on 3rd. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll have the 1st down as he's up to about the 18. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Again, this is Kamara. And an alley to run. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. A couple of 1st downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, guys, check me out. Let's go. What? 90.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Come on, let's go.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Saints, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Denver, they fall for the first time this season after 6 wins to start the campaign. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.